the most impressive artificial islands in the world, oriented towards luxury tourism, or created for industrial purposes, or for structural reasons. Today we discover the most impressive artificial islands in the world, the Venetian Islands. Venetian Islands evoke European territory. They were built in the state of Florida, specifically in Biscayne Bay in Miami. This artificial archipelago is made up of the islands Belle Isle, Rivo Alto, Di Lido, San Marino, San Marco, Biscayne and Flagler Memorial Island, the latter being the only one that is uninhabited and used for tourism and recreational purposes. In the port of Newport, in California, United States, there are 3 artificial islands: Balboa, Little Balboa and Collins. Connected by bridges, this place, that was once a marsh, has become a complex inhabited by around 3,000 people, and where you can visit the Balboa Island Museum, Historical Society to learn about its history. Between 1966 and 1981, the island of the Port Island, was built in the port of Kobe, in Japan. Buildings, tourist attractions, parks, hotels, a convention center, a heliport, numerous commercial establishments, and even a coffee museum were built on it. A second phase of construction, between 1987 and 2005, gave rise to the so-called South Island. And yet another island, built with land reclaimed from the sea, was projected between 1973 and 1992, Rocco Island. All of them, along with the one that houses the Kansai International Airport, form an impressive ensemble off the coast of Japan. Una isla artificial para un aeropuerto. Así es resume la creación de esta isla en la bahía de Osaka, Japón, que comenzó a construirse en 1987 y se inauguró en 1994, convirtiéndose en una de las obras civiles más costosas de su tiempo. Para construir sus 4 kilómetros de largo por 1 de ancho, fueron necesarios alrededor de 10.000 trabajadores, y en 1990 se abrió el puente de 3 kilómetros de largo que la comunica a la prefectura de Osaka. En el año 2001, el Aeropuerto Internacional de Kansai fue premiado por la Sociedad Estadounidense de Ingenieros Civiles como uno de los 10 monumentos de la ingeniería civil del milenio. Off the southern coast of California, in San Pedro Bay, in Long Beach, the Thumbs Islands were built in 1965. This time we talk about oil. Its name refers to the initials of the consortium that originally managed these oil islands: Texaco, Humboldt, Unocal, Mobile and Shell. They have also been known as Astronauts Islands since 1967, where they were named after deceased NASA astronaut Freeman Island, Grissom Island, White Island, and Chaffee Island. Almost 4 million square meters of artificial islands make up the Pearl of Qatar, a huge tourist complex that has caused its population to continue to increase considerably, since it is expected that when the rest of the phases have been built by complete with more than a dozen islands. Are there hotels, spas, leisure centers here? And some of them will even be put up for sale, so that their owners can build what they want. If in Japan, when talking about artificial islands, we talk about airports, in Northern Europe, we talk about bridges. Peverholm Island was designed as part of the Øresund Bridge, which linked Sweden and Denmark. Unlike most of these types of artificial creations, Peverholm is kept out of the hands of men. Beyond the road and the railway, only biologists are allowed access once a year in order to preserve their environment, since nature is expected to colonize it. Several artificial islands have been created in Dubai. The world, in the Persian Gulf, is an archipelago that, seen from the air, represents a map of the world, surrounded by an oval breakwater. So engineering and design came together completely when building it. No bridge was raised, so its access is by sea or air. Although most of the islands were sold in 2008, a year later the project fell into crisis and has been the subject of all kinds of speculation ever since. The truth is that many of them remain unoccupied, and some even say that they are sinking. Be that as it may, among all those in the archipelago, there is one that has been completed and has opened its doors to the public, the island. Another group of artificial islands in Dubai, very close to the world, are the Palm Islands, whose design of palm trees ended up giving them their name. Jumeirah, Jebel Ali and Dara were designed for tourism purposes and to house luxury residences. Of all of them, Palm Jumeirah, which was built between 2001 and 2008, is surely the most famous. Its plant is made up of 8 palm branches on each side where the buildings are located, and it has tunnels that connect some areas. Thank you. We await your comment and subscribe to Did You Know?